What's up to all the people watching this video? I just wanted to hop on here real quick because it's a lot of people making videos, of course, about the Tyre Nichols killing up there in Memphis, Tennessee. First of all, condolences to him and his family. Shame on these officers for doing that young man like that. He was only 29 years old. But to blame a specialized police unit for that boy's killing is reckless. It is irresponsible, and it's really just scapegoating a group of special officers when you had a handful of them do something heinous, and they absolutely deserve to spend life in prison. Some people even saying they deserve the death penalty, but I don't believe you can get the death penalty for second-degree murder. They're only charging them with second-degree murder. If they can prove that it was premeditated murder, then they can get the death penalty, but I don't know if that's going to happen. There's also a lot of rumors and speculation online and social media that the young man, Tyre Nichols, was having an affair with one of the officers' wife. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know him. I don't know none of the officers. I'm from Atlanta, not Memphis, but I got people in Memphis. And to blame the Scorpion unit is just retarded. That's like somebody driving a BMW car and crashing their BMW and saying, oh, BMW is a trash car. We got to ban all BMWs. We got to get rid of BMWs. No, he just crashed his BMW. These officers acted on their own merit. They know what they did was wrong. They know what they did was foul. They know what they did was evil. Look at the behavior of police officers when it comes to killing people, whether it's black people, white people, Hispanic, whatever. 99.9999% of the time, they don't go that far. It's not that dramatic. Most of the time when the police kill somebody, it's with a gun. This was a crime of passion. This was a personal vendetta against that boy. One of those officers had it out for that boy. If you watch the video, I ain't gonna play the video because I'm pretty sure everybody that want to see it done seen it. If you watch that video and listen to that boy, he keep on saying, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Well, they clearly targeted him. They clearly knew who he was. We know that. That wasn't just no routine traffic stop gone bad, bro. That was personal. That was personal. Like I said, I don't have no proof that that boy was sleeping with one of their wives. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to do that. But it's very plausible. It's very possible. Down here in Atlanta, we got we used to have an elite group of narcotic officers called the Red Dogs. If anybody watching this video from Atlanta, the Red Dogs was just like the Scorpion unit. They were specially trained to go after violent criminals, drug trafficking, stuff like that. I know because I've had an encounter with the Red Dogs before. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time doing something I ain't had no business doing. But they ain't treat me like they treated Tyre Nichols. So the police chief, the media is always trying. They always trying to blame somebody. They always trying to find a scapegoat. The Scorpion unit was created because Memphis, Tennessee, for those of y'all that don't know, is one of the most violent, murderous cities in the nation. It is a very violent city. Like I said, I got peoples up there. I done seen police beat people ass in Memphis, going to go visit some of my people. It's been years since I've been up there, but Memphis is gutter. You can get smoked. Look how they did Dolph. They killed Dolph in broad daylight at a cookie store. At a cookie shop, bro. Memphis need the Scorpion unit. A lot of high crime cities need a Scorpion unit or something equivalent. Getting rid of the Scorpion unit ain't finna bring that boy back, and that's not a good reason to get rid of the unit. You need to get rid of them, and when I say get rid of them, I mean execute them if you can prove it's first degree murder, or give them life in prison. They got it. They're gonna get one or the other. They're gonna get life or the death penalty. But like I said, they charged with second degree murder. Here in Georgia, we don't have first, second, third degree murder. We just got felony murder, I think voluntary manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter, which is all, they all kind of balance out to be the same. They just call it different charges in different states. Every state got a different statute of murder, and their statutes of murder in Tennessee is first, second, and third degree. So if they can't prove that it's premeditated, then they're not going to get the death penalty, but they will spend a long time behind bars, which they deserve, because what they did to that boy was dead ass wrong. If he was having an affair, they handled it the wrong way. I'm a political science major, and I've taken multiple criminology courses in my undergrad studies. And there is a thing, if any of y'all are familiar with criminology, there's something called a crime of passion. That was a crime of passion. That was personal. He had handcuffs on. They stood him up and beat him. Stood him up. He already on the ground. And it's 5 of y'all and 1 of him. That was personal, bro. That was personal. I don't know nothing about the Memphis police chief. I forgot her name. Serlene or whatever her name is. Serene, whatever her name is. I mean, she's going to do everything she can to try to cover her ass and try to, you know, she's going to say all the right things. She's going to say what sound good. But in reality, this was just a group of officers who did something very, very, very evil. That's really all it boils down to. Regardless of what motivated them to do it, it was very, very evil what they did to that young man. Very evil. And a lot of people say, oh, this is Rodney King 2.0. And to be honest, we haven't really seen a police beating like this since Rodney King, at least caught on camera. They beat Rodney King really bad out there in LA back in the early 90s when they had, that's what caused the riots back in the early 90s out there in Southern California and South Central. Watts, Compton, all that. But as we all know, Rodney King survived. Rodney King didn't die. He's dead now. I think he died several years later. I think he became an alcoholic and something like that. He was on, I think, celebrity rehab or something like that. I can't remember all the details. Y'all can look it up. But all these majority black cities, I hate to say that, but it is what it is. The most crime-ridden cities in America are majority black. Jackson, Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia, Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Detroit, Michigan, D.C. And yeah, some of these cities like Atlanta and D.C. been gentrified. They're not exactly majority black no more, but it's a lot of us. Chicago, anywhere where the population is at least 25, 30% black or more, the crime rate going to be high, bro, because we commit a lot of crime. And it ain't all because of poverty. A lot of it's because of culture. We have a broken culture in black society. But that's another story for another video. Baltimore. I've been to Baltimore. I've been to Chicago. I've been to half the states in this country. I've been to New York, New Jersey, Newark. That's another one. Indianapolis, Indiana, aka Naptown, Louisville. All these cities, bro, it's all the same. And y'all know it. Y'all live in some of these cities. I live in the city of Atlanta right now. I cannot wait to go back to the suburbs. The Atlanta suburbs compared to the cities is night and day. It really is. But to say that Memphis, Tennessee needs to get rid of the Scorpion unit is just idiocy. That's idiotic. That's just an emotional response because people are upset to what happened to that boy. And I get it. And this is why strong men need to be in positions of leadership. I don't know about women being police chiefs. I just don't think it's the right position for a female. I think it needs to be strong men. And they have not reduced the crime rate in Memphis like they can if they got tougher on crime up there. This was a rogue incident by some rogue officers who had a personal vendetta against that young man. Like I said, I'm not going to say that the rumors are true, but you never know. You never know. Prime example. A lot of y'all probably have heard this, but Derek Chauvin, the guy who kneeled on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes almost up there in Minneapolis. A lot of y'all probably have heard that George Floyd and Derek Chauvin knew each other personally. Yeah. They used to do security together at a club in Minneapolis a few years ago. And I'm pretty sure Derek Chauvin probably had some issues with George Floyd at that club back then. Because a lot of y'all don't know this. Police officers had what's called EJs. Not all of them, but a lot of, and I have friends that's police. And EJ just stands for extra job. Because police don't make that kind of money like that unless you like a chief or like a captain or something like that. You ain't making no crazy money as no police officer. Just a regular officer, a sergeant, lieutenant, you're not getting paid like that. Memphis ain't no expensive city to live in, but the cost of living is going up everywhere. So a lot of officers have extra jobs on the side. And a lot of officers do private security on the side. And that's how George Floyd and Derek Chauvin knew each other. And I mean, yeah, some officers just be acting a fool and do asshole stuff like that. I'm not saying that it's not possible for an officer to go rogue and mistreat somebody, because they do it all the time. But to beat that man to death like that and the way in which they did it, you can't tell me that wasn't deeper than just some officers that had bad training, or it's the Scorpion unit. Yeah, they might have had some complaints about a few officers in the Scorpion unit, but we have complaints about police officers all the time. We still ain't got rid of the police because we need the police. Y'all can call me whatever you want for saying we need the police. Damn it. I live in one of the most violent cities. I'm from one of the most violent cities in the nation. Atlanta used to be in the top 5. Atlanta used to be way worse than what it is now. Ask any Atlanta native how it was in the 90s when they had all the projects open. Bowen Homes, Bankhead Courts, Eastlake Meadows, Capitol Homes, Carver Homes, all the projects bumping. A lot of the projects back in Atlanta, back in the day, the police didn't even want to go in them. That's how crazy it was. But that's my little take on the situation, man. I just had to hop on here real quick because I keep on seeing people trying to blame the elite task force called the Scorpion Unit, and the Scorpion Unit they was banded together to help stomp out some of the violent, more destructive crime that has been plaguing Memphis for years. If any of y'all in the that's watching the video from Memphis, feel free to comment and tell me if I'm not lying about your city. Like I said, I love Memphis. I got people up there. I'm not scared to go anywhere. I ain't finna just go to any hood and post up like it's all good. I'm too old for that. I ain't got nothing to prove. There's parts of Atlanta that I don't even go fool around in because I already know what it is. But I know how Memphis get down. I know how Baltimore get down. I know how Detroit, Birmingham. And y'all don't even hear about some of the smaller cities like Macon, Georgia. Macon, Georgia, homicide rate about bad as Atlanta's. Montgomery, a.k.a. the Gump. Yeah, Baton Rouge. You hear about New Orleans, but you don't hear about Baton Rouge, gutter too. You always hear about the big cities. Gary, Indiana. Camden, New Jersey. Yeah, all these cities gutter, man. So getting rid of a special unit of officers is not going to change what happened, and it's not going to prevent this from happening again. If you got an officer that just want to do some F-boy stuff, hey, man, the best thing to do is to make an example out of these officers so that don't no more officers feel bold enough to do what they did. I always believe in punishing people to the fullest extent of the law so other people can see them, so they can serve as an example. Okay, you see what these folks did? You see how we punish them? This is what's going to happen to you if you do it. Try that foolishness if you want, and you're going to suffer the same fate as them. We're not harsh enough on criminals, including the police that become criminals. Yeah, we got to start getting harsh on violent criminals. You hurt people, you kill people, you hurt children, you need to go. You need to go. Start using the death penalty a little bit more. I promise you people are straighten up. Officers included. We don't put police officers to death. Start giving the police officers the death penalty that commit crimes like they did to that boy in Tennessee. I promise you they'll change up. I promise you. But that's a wrap. I just wanted to get on here and say don't blame the Scorpion unit, bro, because that unit was created for the right reasons. Yeah, it's got some officers in it that's not perfect, but what them 5-6 officers did to that man, that's on them. That ain't got nothing to do with the damn Scorpion unit. You will actually be hurting Memphis by getting rid of that. They already struggling. That police chief, God bless her soul, she don't know what the hell she doing. They need to get somebody in there that's a no nonsense ex-military brother up there, because Memphis mostly black. It's a bunch of black folks up there. They need to get a no nonsense brother, former military, former army, former marine, and clean that city up. Because Memphis got a lot of potential. Memphis ain't no bad place. It just had bad leadership. It's a lot of corruption in Memphis, like anywhere else. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Appreciate y'all watching.